electrical party,
And then
all of them
we're here to drop off the letter about Guantanamo, and then I can talk to the legislative agency
On,
national security issues, foreign policy.
he's in a meeting right now.
Okay, very good. So can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure.
Okay, good. So we're from a group called Witness Against Torture, and it's been working since 2005 to close Guantanamo and U.S. torture. This is torture survivor.
Can't take pictures, so I got in the hallway.
I'm not taking pictures.
Just keep it.
Right.
Just holding the camera. Video.
So
We can't video you.
I can't do that either.
Yeah, Senate. Senate rules.
he's good with semantics. He wasn't taking pictures.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No, you're free to be here.
Yeah, so to restart, this is international torture survivor. We're here at the office of Senator John McCain with a simple message, that Guantanamo must close and that Senator McCain must continue to show leadership in the Senate and his party in pursuit of his vital goal. Closing Guantanamo is the right thing to do. It's good for human rights, it's good for the rule of law, it's good for national security, and it's good for the American people. We owe it to ourselves and to the men the U.S. has so horribly abused to finish the job and shut Guantanamo down. We just delivered a letter to Senator McCain thanking him for his leadership on this issue, acknowledging and honoring his abuse and status as a victim of torture, and then calling on him to remain steadfast in his goal of closing Guantanamo, breaking ranks with many in his party, and joining President Obama and the executive branch in pursuit of a vital and important goal. Chris is going to read some excerpts of the letter, and we'll close very briefly with a song.
So, Senator McCain, in indefinite detention without charge or trial of the men at Guantanamo, all who have suffered cruel, inhumane, and degrading treatment is immoral and un-American. It inflames America's enemies and angers its allies. It degrades our Constitution and the principles it enshrines. Guantanamo must close regardless of who is president. We know that you know this. You led efforts to pass the Detainee Treatment Act, which sought to guarantee the humane treatment of all those held in U.S. custody. You campaigned for president on a platform of closing Guantanamo. Just last June, you issued with Senator Feinstein a statement in which you restated your belief that it is in our national interest to end indefinite detention at Guantanamo. You also took the extraordinary step of calling on President Obama to end the force feeding of men at Guantanamo, which medical authorities and human rights bodies describe as torture. We can only imagine how your own ordeal of being tortured has shaped your views on Guantanamo. We honor your experience and praise your voice on this difficult issue. We are also aware of how the exchange of Brian Bergdahl of Guantanamo prison has inflamed passions and led to renewal calls to keep the prison open for the foreseeable future. Even you tweeted after the capture of the Benghazi suspect, Ahmed Abu Khatala, that Guantanamo is where we put terrorists. Where else can you take him to? Such words make no sense, especially coming from you. 78 of the men at Guantanamo have been cleared for transfer by the U.S. military and intelligence agencies. Some among them were captured wholly in error and have no business being in U.S. custody at this moment, let alone tortured, torn from their families, and condemned to a living grave. The Bird Dog Taliban prisoner exchange should have no whatsoever bearing on the fate of the others at Guantanamo that are held on a friendly basis, and all the men there deserve human rights and clearly due process. Adding to the population at Guantanamo, which your tweet proposes, would be a catastrophic step backwards for a nation eager to recommit to the rule of law and find its moral compass. We both hope and insist that you will set political games aside and rededicate yourself to closing Guantanamo. History smiles on those who find the courage to do what is right. May you find this courage.
Thank you, Chris. So the civil rights movement, honored on our National Mall, gave us the great gift of songs of struggle and hope. One of the greatest of those songs is Keep Your Eyes on the Prize, sung by activists when the road to freedom and justice appeared unbearably long and the barriers impossibly high. Closing Guantanamo is part of that great prize of justice. So in this moment of crisis, when fear is causing some to call for Guantanamo to remain open forever, and detained men despair anew at the prospect of ever leaving that damnable prison, we will sing the song to fix in our sight the vision of a world without Guantanamo and a world...
Right in the first semester.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and then we're from an organization called Witness Against Torture. That's been working since 2005 to close Guantanamo and U.S. torture. And we're here in connection with Torture Survivor Awareness Month, and there's lots of torture survivors gathered around the city engaged in various activities. And then we thought it very important to come here in person and deliver to your office a letter outlining our very firm objections to the position of the senator on Guantanamo. And then, please convey this letter to her.
Okay.
Respond to us if you would be kind enough to do that. And then just to briefly summarize the content, she is really taking a leadership role in taking America horribly backward to a very dark and sinister place where Guantanamo is our own gulag, our own forever prison. And then by supporting the blanket ban on transfers to Yemen, she makes it this impossible thing to do. And if other countries treated Americans this way, we would be howling that they're committing war crimes and throwing really trust to defendants.
Okay, great. Well, I would be happy to pass that message on for you.
Yeah, and then to the legislative aid, and ideally to the senator
Of
herself
course.
if possible.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we're good, hearted, thoughtful people who have had this for years. And
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
We're gonna
Guantanamo.
we're gonna shut it down.
Keep your